Hi everyone, I'm Mellissa.
I'm Karen.
And my mom is Lavender Clothesline, which is the channel you're watching. Welcome. My mom is down visiting me in Florida, and you are normally in Pennsylvania.
I am. And this is Mellissa, Freshbloominclothing.
Hi.
On eBay, and where else are you?
Everywhere.
Everywhere. We're both
Two
so
places.
famous.
No, I'm just Mellissa on YouTube. I literally got the handle Mellissa.
Yes, with 2 L's. Yep.
And congratulations to my mom who hit 50,000 subscribers on YouTube yesterday.
Thank you, sweetie. It does feel like a really big accomplishment.
I'm so excited for you. I get little chills.
I know most people on YouTube get really excited for 100,000. I can't even picture that, so I'm just celebrating 50,000.
50,000's big.
Yeah, I'm done. Now I can quit.
That's like everybody in the town in which we live, plus more.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's scary.
We live in a big town, too. My mom asked on Instagram for questions. So if you ask questions, thank you so much. We are going to answer the questions. And these are just popular eBay how-to questions. Maybe you learn something, maybe not. Maybe you just tune in to watch us.
I learn a lot just listening to your answers, because Mellissa has more knowledge than I do. She's been on eBay how many years now?
21, I think.
Yeah, and I'm in my 10th year. So Mellissa has a lot more knowledge. And
but you're also a bigger seller than me.
Yeah, but I still call you for...
Usually technical.
Like coming down here, I wanted to do something special with extending my handling time on eBay, and I called you for the answer. So, yep, you can always learn.
I'm smart.
She is.
Okay, we're starting out with a really deep question, Kelly. Kelly really resells, who I know Kelly well. She follows both of us. She said,
Kelly,
what is the hardest thing you've been through, and how did you rise above it? Kelly. Do we want to start with that question?
in life or in selling?
Oh, in life? Oh my goodness, we'd be here all day.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
reselling.
Reselling, the hardest thing for me is always shipping. Not filling in the weight and the dimensions, but trying to get a product from my house halfway across the world without it breaking. That is always the biggest challenge for me. And sometimes it breaks. Sometimes it doesn't matter how well you pack it. But for me, that's always been my biggest challenge. What about
My mom
you?
ships a lot of glass, a lot of breakables, a lot of hard goods. I don't ship a lot of that. I just won't unless I make major money because I don't want to.
Yeah. I don't want to either, but I do it. Yeah, but
I think the hardest thing for me is motivation sometimes.
Really?
Yeah, you wouldn't think that, but I know there's many steps to eBay. So if I love one part of eBay, and I do love listing, and I love photographing, those are my two favorites, because I get to watch Netflix.
Yeah.
Or like a podcast or something. Yeah. So you could literally just sit there and look awful. But like you have to go out and find things, which is hard unto itself if you don't know what to look for, or if you can't find a thrift store or a place to get things. My thrift stores around here are so astronomical sometimes.
Yeah.
And not that you can't find things still, but it's just hard. So you have to go get the thing, bring it home, wash it possibly, photograph it, list it, measure it, edit everything, post it, answer questions, ship it, make sure it gets there, feedback. There's like so many steps, and I'm sure I'm forgetting some of them. So even if you have motivation one day, you need motivation almost every day. And I have a 3-day handling time, which is awesome. I still try to ship sooner than that.
Yeah.
And sometimes I make videos about what I'm doing, which is even more.
Once you start videoing it's a whole different ball game. Whole different thing. If I could not do YouTube and go back to just selling on eBay, it's going to seem, when I get to that point, if I ever quit YouTube, it's going to seem like it's
She's
so
never
easy.
quitting YouTube, by the way. Just subscribe.
I've been quitting for 3 years now, and here I am still doing it. Yeah, it is a lot. There's a lot of steps, but I'm surprised because you're a very motivated person.
I am, but if I don't feel well one day, or that's hence the 3-day handling time, and I still get sales. I'm sure I would get more. Maybe. I don't know.
You do amazing.
Yeah, thanks.
Your sales are amazing.
Thanks.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of steps. So if you don't have that natural wake up and ship, or if you don't like something a lot and you know you're not going to do it, eBay might not be for you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You have to have a lot of self-discipline and motivation.
Yeah. You've got to do it all yourself, and you've got to find somebody to help with taxes or do taxes. There's a lot of ins and outs that goes into eBay, and it's not scary. It's all fairly easy stuff.
It's doable.
We know how to photograph.
Doable. Yeah. Yeah.
But if one step goes wrong, you're like, oh, why am I doing this?
Yeah. And can I just say, 99.9% of you guys out there love the shopping. We all love the shopping. Melissa doesn't love it. She's a rare. Everybody that I meet always tells me, I really love the shopping. Yeah. We all love the shopping. It's a treasure hunt. It's the work after the shopping that to me is not as fun.
It's two separate things.
Yeah.
You can love buying and be really good at buying, but unless you're really good at listing, really good at shipping,
it's not making you any
or
money.
you're at least going to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
You need to be fairly proficient at everything.
Yeah.
Haha. So there you go, Kelly.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, I'm just looking at my phone. My mom's like, let's write down questions. No,
we're just reading from our phones.
She's on vacation.
Yeah. It's going really well.
Next.
Do you want me to read one and then you read
Sure,
one?
that sounds good.
This is Sunny Rainbows. Love your name, Sunny Rainbows. Both on Instagram, YouTube platform Grow. Do either of you consider hiring help to expand? I'm sure someone taking photos of products and or listing them for you may free up precious time you can use to source. You do it all. Truly wonderful. Truly Wonder Women. Okay, so as you grow, there's only very few ways to really expand. If you're a single person doing this, time is everything. I always say this. So any time you can hire out the other chores,
the easy chores,
less than what you're able to make. Say I have capability of making $40 an hour. If I can pay somebody $20 an hour to do what I'm doing, to release me from that task and go on to something that makes more for me, it would be the shopping, being able to know what I'm sourcing.
Yeah.
That would work. But when you do it from your home, you're bringing people into your house. If you have a warehouse, it's different, but then you need a manager.
Yeah.
So it's a lot more complicated than what you think. Now, I have Melissa's younger sister, Lisa. I'm sure you guys all know Lisa. Hey, Lee. She does work for me 5 hours a week for eBay, taking photos. And she's also a jack of all trades. She
edits videos.
Yeah, she is editing this video. She edits all my videos. And of course, I pay her for everything. But in the end, to hire help, you have to have somebody that's really trustworthy.
Yes.
And somebody that's going to make, their work is going to make enough money to warrant having employees.
Yeah.
Because,
and I think the trustworthy is the number one thing there.
Yeah.
Because you're giving them the stuff, and if they miss a flaw or like consistently miss things, or if you're doing shipping, it has to be shipped a certain way.
Yeah.
The trustworthy is hard.
You're really putting your business reputation in somebody else's hands.
Yeah, you need somebody you trust, which would be Lisa.
Yeah.
I have my husband help with shopping, which is a help because it's the bins and it's hard on my body. But he's also done a few other things and not very well. He'll own up to that.
Love you, Barry.
Shipping stuff, he shipped a breakable plate, a collectible plate, in a poly mailer. Nothing else. The woman who got it was cracking up. She's like, I'll make it for a mural or like a little mosaic.
Didn't make it there, okay.
Oh my goodness, no. But yeah, he just didn't think of that. So you really have to have the person know the process, and you're...
And here he
Bear's
is trying
coming
to
in
come
the door
quietly. We hear you.
You're really bad at shipping plates. So yeah, trustworthy. You can give them a bin of clothing and ask them to photograph it, and most people do a great job, but you need somebody trustworthy. You also need to handle that on your taxes. Yeah. So that's another little bit of a tricky thing, but not bad. There's a lot of virtual assistants online, and I know a lot of people go that route. I know nothing about that past the word virtual assistants. So
yes,
I don't know.
Denali. What is Denali's? El Ducho Thrift.
Okay.
She has some good videos. If you don't know Denali, you want to watch El Ducho Thrift. ELDUCHO Thrift. And she has had all kinds of experience with virtual employees. So you might want to check out her videos if that's the way that you want to go. You want to look into
I think it's a common thing to hire as you grow. but does it make sense for all the problems it might create?
Yeah.
For me, not so much.
Yeah.
But some people, yeah. Good question. Sean Foster 406 asked, as far as taxes go and keeping track of money spent on items and the profit made, how do you keep track of yard sale purchases? There's no receipt. So Sean Foster 406, we had to break our camera shot off. Great question. Write it down. Literally, I was at this address, or at least this yard sale in Sarasota, Florida, $406. You bought a lot of stuff at that yard sale. The date, keep track of mileage.
That's what I do.
That's about it.
I do the date, the street, and basically what I bought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you bought is good too.
You know, 4 women's tops. I don't do the brand and go on and on about it. You can keep it simple. And if you ever get audited, if you have a log of yard sales that you went to, they're going to trust you unless you say you spent like $10,000 at a yard sale.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Then maybe photograph it or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think that's a fairly easy thing. Now, keeping track of everything is a little bit more difficult for taxes. But eBay has really good charts and sends out, as long as you make a certain amount, tax documents. If you don't make that certain amount, you still have to do your taxes because you might be audited.
Yeah. Yeah. You have to, if you sell online and you sell more than $600 for the year, you have to pay taxes. There's not going to be any way around it. Whatever platform you're on is going to send you a 1099 for your earnings. So in the past, it was kind of like ambiguous. Now it's a surefire thing. Doesn't matter where you're selling. The only way to get around that, if you wanted to cheat, is to sell at a flea market. Then so far they have not, and that's not online, that's in person. That's the only way you're going to get away without, cash. But I don't recommend that either, because eventually that's going to turn around. The people that own the flea markets are going to have to give each seller's sales tax number to the IRS. So that, I don't know where that's going. But online, you have to pay taxes. Having said that, many sellers that I know do keep spreadsheets and do a line-by-line individual item. Talbot shirt, extra large, bought for $4.99. It weighed this much. It's over. I do not do that, and Mellissa doesn't do that. But let me just back up and say, I keep track of every receipt. So every receipt that I have for anything I've spent, whether it's office equipment, supplies, merchandise, I keep all of those receipts, and those are added up in the categories under which they would fall, and that gets given to my accountant. So I don't find the value in spending the time to do a line by line, because I'm selling thousands of items. All of that time can be used for selling the items rather than keeping track. So people ask me, well, how do you know you're making a profit? I know what I pay for a blouse, what my bracket is. So between $3 and $6 is a blouse. Every blouse I sell is pretty much, $12 and above. So there's always profit. And when your bank account grows, you know you're making profit. So there's that. You know how much you paid for your inventory for the year. Say I paid $18,000 for inventory, and say my profit for the year is $80,000. It tells you, your numbers tell you. Now, if it's very close and you're not sure if you're making profit, then you might need to keep track of it. But
we both put receipts in a bag. So that's our system. You've got a box kind of system for your taxes.
I went to the bags, clear bags for every month. So all my January receipts are together, all my February. And then I sit down, 1 week before I need to give this to my accountant. And I just add up the months, and then I cumulative
and it takes
give it
like
to
a full day.
It does.
It's annoying.
Yeah. But you know what? For that full day, I'd rather do that and set aside that full day. For me, sometimes it takes 2 days, if I'm honest, 5-6 hours a day for those 2 days, and give it to her. I'd rather do that than have to enter numbers into a spreadsheet every month, every week, every time I shop.
You love spreadsheets. You love Excel. You're really good at it. Go for it. I'm awful at spreadsheets. There's no way I'm keeping track. I do use a specific credit card to buy all my packing supplies.
Very smart.
Laundry detergent. Everything is on a credit card. So if I ever have to prove anything, and I get paper statements, I'm still a paper statement girl, and I know you are too. It's on there. And that way, if I forget something, I can go back and check it. It's a
Yes.
little bit easier.
You can go right into the search bar and put in the vendor name, and all of the purchases for the year come up. It sounds more complicated than what it is.
Yeah.
It does take work. So if you're going to do this on any kind of a decent sized scale, it takes work.
Get a good
it's
accountant.
more than thrifting. Yes.
Because you can write off so much.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We have very good accountants.
Yeah. Thank God.
And they're several $100s. They're pricey. But if you're doing this on any scale, it's worth it.
The money a good accountant saves you is going to be a lot more savings than what you paid your accountant.
Agree.
Always. Yeah.
Are you asking the next question?
If I can find them. I have a lot of questions here.
You want me to ask the next one?
Yeah, you go for it.
Serena Share Page. Can you do a video on how to edit your videos? And I really want to touch on every question if we can, just to even call out the people who wrote questions, because thank you for taking the time.
Yeah.
Now, if you need a tutorial, like step by step, I probably could, but tutorials take forever, full week for me to do. So there's other tutorials. We both use Wondershare Filmora. It's what, $60?
Yeah,
do you pay yearly or do you buy the one?
lifetime?
I bought the lifetime too.
Yeah.
It's much cheaper than an iMac, an Apple product, and Apple. I tried Apple. I'm not an Apple girl. You actually have an iPhone, but your computer is not Apple.
Not an Apple.
It's complicated. I had never edited before, and neither had my sister, and we both picked it up fairly easily. There's really good tutorials. You just basically film yourself on your iPhone, your camera, your whatever it is, and then you just import it. You put the little chip in your computer, you open the Filmora program, you hit import, the video is there. And there's a little scissor icon where you cut it, and then as you go, you can learn ins and outs of putting things on the screen, but there's really good tutorials on eBay.
And any decent software program or editing program, they're going to have options like music. The music will automatically be copyright free. You never want to put music on your videos that is not that belongs to somebody else, because that gets rid of all of your earnings. You won't be monetized with that. So that's probably the number one thing. But if you look at our videos when we first started,
oh my gosh, do not look at our videos.
Creators, they've come a long way. You learn as you go along, like any business, right?
Same with
any job
eBay.
you get, any business, you learn as you go along. But you said it exactly. It's importing what you filmed into the program, and the programs even have tutorials.
Yeah.
So they'll guide you.
And there's
along.
an upload button. You have the little thing, and then it says upload to YouTube. You sign into YouTube, it uploads. Now, you won't make money immediately. It takes a while to build up a following and do all of that, but it is fun to do. I do love editing. I film a lot of my videos knowing how to edit, so I don't have to edit too heavily. Editing takes a lot of work. How many hours do you think?
Oh my goodness.
Not even work, just hours.
Yeah, the time to edit is way longer than the time to film and prepare for filming. Because even preparing, we have lights, you got to make sure the camera's got the right settings on, all the things. But I'm going to say let's say a 30-minute video, it probably takes, I'm going to say an hour to create, maybe a little bit more from start to finish.
The video,
to edit it could be 5 hours.
Yeah.
Could be, quite, because you're doing so much to that video. You're clipping out the mistakes, you're adding in pretty things, whether it be music or, fun graphics. And so.
I know my Dymo video, which has probably reached like 300,000 views, it's a step-by-step, took over 40 hours to edit.
Wow.
And it's like an hour video. So it was really detailed. It was like, as capable as I was, it was still so much work.
That's a really good video, though. I've watched that to hook up my Dymos. Yeah, you did a great job with it. Okay, I have Fresh Luck Vintage, L-U-K?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't have my glasses on. Hi there. Other than taking quality pictures and daily listing, what is your top 2 things you can do to increase eBay sales? Thanks for the consideration. So for me, besides listing as often as I can, any interaction on the eBay platform kind of gains you points. Now, there's no real anything to back that up, but the more you answer questions, the more that you're on there being active, it boosts the algorithm. If you list, say, 100 things and you walk away from it and you don't answer questions and you don't, take a look at things that are stale, if you're not doing anything, you're just waiting for those things to sell, that person is not going to be as high in the search rank as the person who's actively answering questions, tweaking things. So the more hands-on you can be with your eBay selling, the better. So I'm going to say just being active, answering questions, and customer service has always been very high on my list. Besides,
we're competing sometimes with Amazon. Amazon is instant, day or two. I ordered something yesterday. It came that day.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that scary?
It was like 8 hours later. I was like, okay, guys.
Did somebody run this to my house?
Yeah, so if you're waiting a long time to answer a question, somebody's probably moved on over and over and over.
Yeah.
But their life has moved on. You might still be on that question. It's
so
a
shipping
good answer.
quick is huge. I'm 1 day, except for when I'm down here, I'm on 5 day now.
Yeah.
But if you can ship out in 1 day, that's definitely rewarded. There are other things. You can be a return seller. You could be a no.
I am not a return seller.
I'm not a return seller either. I do no returns. But I'm saying
to help the algorithm.
Yes, to help boost your sales, eBay likes you to participate in all of the programs, whether it be free shipping or free returns. You really have to know your profit margins and make sure that you have built that into your price. Don't list something for $5 more than you pay for it and put free shipping or put free returns. You're going to lose money. So know your capability of what things you can do to boost your ranking on eBay. I'm going to call it.
I want to say to set yourself apart too, at least, I hit my microphone, sorry Lee. At least 50% of my sales are repeat buyers.
Oh, that's really interesting.
At least 50%. And I recognize people all the time. And what I have done, just personally, I sell a lot of jewelry and then some other items at this point when I can't get jewelry. I package my items like a gift. Now, you don't have to do this. You could just have something else. It could be a simple, from my family to yours, thank you. Or a little something just so the person remembers.
Yeah,
Or
that brand.
You're wanting, if you could get repeat buyers, that really helps. I think having an Instagram probably helps as well. You could post your fun things on there, or TikTok now. I find TikTok very easy to use. You don't have to edit too hard. So even if you were like, I found this amazing thing, and you post it on TikTok and you get 10 views, one of those people, if you're really excited about the thing, might go and buy the thing.
Absolutely.
You don't need a huge following for somebody to be interested in your very fun thing.
Yeah, I agree with that totally. The more eyes you get on your product, the higher the chances of selling the items. So that is really...
And eBay will see that you're bringing in people and then boost you a little bit higher. So were those two things? I have no idea.
I'm losing track of the questions.
I've got them.
My screen is just jumping all over. Okay.
Jeanette Francis says, congratulations. How did you begin selling on eBay and what motivated you to do this full time? She's retiring April 23rd. I'm assuming next year.
Yeah,
because it's June, but I don't know. And considering doing this full time. Jeanette, you can do this, first of all.
Absolutely.
You can do this. You are on Instagram. You are already using technology. eBay makes it fairly easy to do the things. They really have do your title, do your item specifics. They really make it might take a little bit of time at the beginning. You can do this. Seriously, do this.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
So
when I started out, it took me forever to fill in one listing. And Mellissa, I would talk to Mellissa at the end of the day and she'd be like, she was my cheerleader. She was like, how's it going? I'm like, good. I got 10 listings done. And she'd be quiet for the whole day. Yep, for the whole day. And now, now it's much different. I'm just filling
And that's
stuff
okay.
in.
If you're making $15, $20 profit on an item, that's $200 a day.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a good bit of money in the end.
Yeah.
I started, my husband opened our account in 1999, and then I jumped in, I think at 2001, and I wanted to buy a wedding veil, so that was my first purchase. And we had a scanner. It was before digital cameras, and I would scan things in, so I'd only buy flat things.
I've never heard of an eBay shopper going to the store looking for, okay, where are your flat things?
Like baseball, I didn't know baseball cards, but he had baseball cards, so I'd scan both. And then they used to send money orders, so I would have to wait so long to ship the item. Now it's a lot faster. There's PayPal, there's credit cards, there's all sorts of things. eBay makes it easy to look up the thing you're looking at the thrift store. I have this product, it has a thing, you look it up, there's a little checkbox to see the sold items. Let's say there's 500 listed and 2 sold. Maybe don't buy this item unless it's, a quarter and they're selling for 20. Maybe still don't buy this item.
Yeah.
But it makes it easy to look up things you're not familiar with. And as you go, you become more familiar.
Yeah.
You're familiar with almost every category at this point.
Yeah. That's called a sell-through rate. You want to look at the percentage of items that are listed compared to the same items that's sold. So if there are 100 listed that haven't sold yet, 50 sold, that's an excellent sell-through rate. You want to go ahead as long as yours is in good condition. Yeah. You know your item is going to sell. That's how Amazon works too.
Yeah.
My things are a little more random. A lot of times you can't find, a Native American turtle rattle stuff I come up with.
Yeah.
So a lot of times the sell-through rate does not apply to what I'm selling. But if you're a new seller and you want to get your feet wet, that's exactly what you want to do. You want to check comps. Comps is comparison. You're comparing your item to how many sold. And that's the best way.
And I always
to
say
know
for
what's sold.
something new, if you're jumping into something or you're going slow, know you're going to hate the thing for 2 weeks. That's what I give myself. A new house, a new neighborhood, a new job, a new phone. I allow myself 2 weeks to literally just hate the item because you're learning, and learning is a tough thing.
Yeah.
Especially when you see people selling thousands of items. Like, why can't I do that? Because you're learning it from scratch.
Yeah, we all started
And even with tutorials nowadays, it's still just finding out which item specifics to do, and you'll get faster and you'll learn, and
and
you can do
hopefully
it.
you'll find what you like to sell. To me, that's huge. Having a passion for it. There's nothing more fun than hunting for things that you enjoy. If you wind up selling things that you really are not enjoying it, now if you need to pay the mortgage,
of course,
you put your big girl pants on and get it done. But generally, it's very fun to look at things. I know when you find vintage clothing, when you look at jewelry, all the things that you love, it just makes it more enjoyable. It makes it more fun to learn how to do it too.
And when you start, I'm going to just hone on this a little bit, ship easy products unless you're making a lot of money.
Yeah.
If you have a t-shirt that you're going to make $10 on, or a vase that you're going to make $20, do the t-shirt. Don't buy the thing that's going to be really hard to look up, list, ship. That takes so much time.
Yeah.
And in the beginning, you want to learn the easier things.
Yeah, you can't break a t-shirt in the middle.
Yeah. Just when you're starting out.
At the end of this video too, we're going to quickly go over how to ship on eBay. They're just going to be simple concepts. Most of you already know this, but I think for me, it's the number one question I get is how do I learn shipping on eBay? So we'll just touch on that.
Good.
Let's remember
We've
that.
all photographed. We've all measured things. We've all shopped before, but we've not all shipped. And that's a scary thing, but it's not really when you break it down.
I am looking for Michelle
Rouse,
1202. She's saying she hopes we get to her question. So if you find her question, I have so many questions here.
Good.
And
this isn't a question. It's just a comment. Serena's hair page said, we watch you all the time. Funny story. Looking for a replacement pair of pants for the husband. Found them on eBay and they're in your store.
Your store or
Your
my
store?
Oh, my store. Did she buy them?
I don't.
Oh my God. Well, thank you if you did. I appreciate that. That is funny though. With 3,500 items, I would hope I have something that somebody is looking for, right?
That's true. And I do usually use eBay for a lot of the items we purchase because you can get a better deal. Like Bear's pants need a 38 inseam. I can go on Amazon and find them, but then I might not be 100% cotton. They might be, so I use eBay. We don't need them immediately. I shop on eBay still to this day.
Yeah, I do too. I bought 2 things to come here to Florida.
Yeah.
I bought a little blouse and from another seller I didn't know.
Yep.
And a skirt. I'm very big on skirts.
Because most likely it's a smaller seller and they're trying to do the same thing.
Yep. Here is Lisa's reply. So Lisa went on my Instagram. Lisa has access to my whole life to help answer some of the questions or to acknowledge that we saw your question.
Yes.
And she was replying back to Michelle.
Yes.
And Lisa said, I can give you the answer to your question. The bigger the size, the better. I'm going to say anything large and above. Whenever mom does a clothing haul, she'll speak a little bit about the item and then say, for example, it's a 2 extra large, so that's even better. So I'm sure that Michelle...
We'll find her question.
Yeah, you want to look for it on my phone?
Sure, I've got your
When
same.
I shop for clothing, for me, the majority of the times, if I have a choice between, say, large, extra large, and above, or size 2, 4, and extra, extra small, I will always buy the bigger size. Now, I don't not buy smaller sizes, but given the choice, I would always take it. I feel there are more women large to the plus sizes than there are, it's just demographics, 4 to 0 extra small. I find that the smallest items sit the longest in my store. So I love finding good quality items in plus sizes. So yes, I've always thought about having a second eBay store that's just plus sizes. I don't really know why.
I've had a second eBay store.
With plus sizes?
With something else. I don't remember. It was so long ago.
We've done it all.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know why I had it.
Oh, is this
This
her?
is the original question.
Okay, is that what she was saying?
I don't know. I
Hi,
can't
Karen,
think and speak.
Yeah. Hi, Karen. I hope you're having a wonderful time on vacation. I am. I am swimming and eating.
The Gulf has been gorgeous.
Hanging out with I know. We
Oh
went
my
to the
goodness, if you
beach.
need a place to vacation that's like low key, and usually the Gulf is, it's like Caribbean gorgeous. Anna Maria Island.
Crystal clear. It's like a big pool. It's so
nice.
good. Yeah,
you can see your feet.
Yeah.
It's like ripply sand, like those
we have
perfect
blow-up toys. We're just floating
Oh,
away.
it's so nice.
We went twice together so far?
Yeah.
Twice. Okay. Back to the thing. I would like to get into selling clothing, but with so many brand names and different sizes, I get overwhelmed, so I have stuck to hard goods. Do you have any tips for someone wanting to get into selling clothing as to what sizes to start off with? I know Mellissa sells jewelry. I would love to do jewelry too, but again, I don't know what types of jewelry. Okay, so the two main things is don't just buy what you like. Now, you can find other people that like what you like, but it's not a good business practice. A good business practice...
Unless you like luxury goods that have really good
and
sell-through.
you can find Prada.
Yeah.
Genuine
It's
Prada.
hard.
Yeah. And just let me sidetrack. If you're finding Prada, Gucci, Yves Saint Laurent, all of those things in your thrift store, I'm going to say 99% of the time they're fakes. Know your products.
Send them to the real.
Yeah.
Let them deal with it if you're, unless
so
you
most
really
likely
know.
they're not real.
Yeah.
But if you want to start selling clothing in your free time before you get to the store, put in women's blouses or women's tops into an eBay search and then sort by the highest to the lowest. This is going to give you a good base knowledge of what items bring the most money. Now, you might not find the top 10 brands, but then as you start scrolling down, you will find those brands, and that's what it's really all about, is the money, right? We're all doing this. It's a fun thing. At my level, I don't know if it's fun anymore. It is. But for me, it's how much money can I make from this one thing?
Yeah.
So you really want to study. If you're going to be a clothing seller, know what clothing is trending, read fashion magazines, take out the current magazines, brief through them, see if...
You could do the same thing with TikTok, honestly.
Yes, or Pinterest.
Or Pinterest is great.
Yep, trending styles. You might not find that exact brand, but if, say, a wide leg linen pant is coming to style, almost any brand of those are going to sell because that's what other people are seeing in Vogue, in Cosmo, in all of those magazines. So
that's a great
study
idea.
it a little bit. Yeah.
Also, just because something is selling today doesn't mean it's going to sell in 2 years.
Oh, that's so true.
And Escada is a perfect, they sell for thousands of dollars, retail Escada does. Does Escada have a following? Not always. You can't even get $50 sometimes for an item that retail.
Isn't that amazing? Some of the brands that people equate with high-end, some people say, oh, it's a Tommy Hilfiger. Unless it's vintage, big flag, logo Tommy, cannot sell Tommy. I don't know what the deal is with that because some of that stuff is quite expensive.
Yeah.
There are a few brands like that.
Yeah.
High-end in the store, nobody wants it in the retail.
And right now, True Religion patchwork hats, the vintage ones, are selling for over $100. How do I know that? A TikTok. I just watch TikTok and see, once TikTok algorithm learns you a little bit, you can see what other resellers are excited about and selling
Yeah.
check completed. And it's annoying. Before I had my phone back in the day, I would write down brands on a piece of paper and go home and research them.
Yeah.
Like if I thought something was, an Ann Taylor, I liked it, I would write it down. Now you can just check your phone, and I would go home and do that.
Yeah.
You could take pictures or even film yourself at a thrift store, as long as the thrift store is okay, just going through the racks. And then if you have time later and you're laying in bed or whatever, you could just go through your video and be like, oh, I should look that up. You just look, you learn to look stuff up. You're looking up a lot of stuff.
And just let me say too, it can be discouraging to a new seller who is on Instagram, TikTok. It seems like all of us resellers are just going into the first thrift store and finding all of this amazing stuff right there on the rack. We shop a lot. I am in the thrift stores, I'm going to say 3 to 4 times a week minimum. I do circuits, 12 hours of shopping. Mellissa used to pack. You used to get a hotel room. Remember that?
Yeah.
When you were in Pennsylvania, it'd be a 2-day trip. She would map out something like 20 thrift stores that she was going to get to. So don't be discouraged if people are showing these big piles of packages or, oh, look at this blouse. You don't know how many blouses they looked at to find that one blouse. So don't become discouraged by it. Just increase your knowledge of what you feel is going to do well sell through, and compare you to you. Don't compare you to other people, which we're all guilty of.
So easy to be like, woohoo, I found this one item, but there's 8 hours that went behind finding the one item.
One item, yeah.
Okay. Add Short 126 says, congrats. I love to hear your markdown strategy. I visited your store and noticed you offer some deep markdowns. Do you price up to some account for those markdowns? How often do you mark down? Do you only mark down your older items? I am all over the place with markdowns, and she's feeling like she needs structure.
Okay, so eBay has store subscriptions. Along with store subscriptions, whether it's starter, basic, premium, anchor, and then it gets commercial after that, they allow you to run sales in your store. I use percentage off. So when I buy something, let's say for $5, I know how much profit I want for that item. So I have like a bottom line of profit that I'll want for that item, and I'll price accordingly to run a sale. Now, sometimes I'll be very close to that line because I'm running a 50% off sale, but I'm still getting the profit I want. Sometimes I might only run a 35% off sale and I'm going to make a little extra on it. But you have to know your bottom line so that you're not doing this for no profit. You have to know what your fees are or whatever. So yes, I do always, I have a chart I've made for myself at home of 40% off. So I can look at like, oh, I'm going to list this thing for $65, draw my finger across. I know if it sells what it's going to sell for. And then eBay fees come out, taxes come out.
Are you marking down your entire store or certain price points or certain categories?
So within that sale running capability, there are certain windows.
Okay.
And I put items in from $20.01, meaning anything under $20 is not going into that sale.
Smart.
Up until say $3,000 will be the top thing. Usually I'll do $3,000 or $5,000 item. Right now I don't have anything that expensive, but in other words, I'm including everything in that bracket between 20.01 and whatever high number I've put. The only ones that wouldn't be included in that sale is anything under 20, like I've said, and auction items. Auction will be something different. Auction is going to sell for however much it gets bidded up to.
And how often do you run the sales?
I run a new sale every 48 hours. Constant sales.
Oh, okay.
Constant. Good. Once in a while I forget, like I bet you today I forgot because I'm on vacation. But I'm running a new sale almost every 48 hours. Yeah.
Once you start learning eBay and the basics, eBay has almost an infinite number of things you can do. You can create a newsletter and send it to your followers. You can send coupons to buyers that sold over 30 days, within 30 days. There's a lot of different promotions you can run. So markdowns, you can have so many different strategies. And you don't even need a strategy. Like if I get too many sales, I will not run a sale. Like I'm going to be overwhelmed the next few days.
Right.
I know I do not want to run a coupon. I do not want to send out anything.
Yeah.
And then if something sells, something just sold for full price, I got for a buck, it sold for $50. Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm thrilled. That item isn't $20 or whatever.
Yeah. It's a good way to control the gates. Like if you price an item, if you buy an item for $5 and you price it at $30, but you have plans of running a sale. If you don't run a sale, it closes the gate a little bit because the price point is a little bit higher up. If you run a 50 off, it opens that floodgate. For me, it's all about controlling how much I want to sell. Now you think, well, wouldn't you want to just sell everything and make a lot of money? Sometimes yes, but if you've got a lot else going on, if you're creating videos, if you're running on vacation, so there's different things. Also in running a sale capability, you can exclude certain items. So you can pick items just by the type, like put women's tops on sale and it just does the tops, put antiques on sale. So you can break it down according to categories too. So that's, like Mellissa said, infinite number of ways to do it.
And as a buyer who buys, I buy my foundation because it's discontinued and I haven't figured out what else to use and I'm just too stressed about the entire foundation thing.
That's so true.
Too stressed. So I'll pay $20 for the foundation even though I should be paying $5. I don't care. If they run a 10% sale and I see the sales running out, I'll buy the item because I know I'm going to need it.
Yes.
So even running a small sale, you might capture a small percentage of people who might not otherwise buy.
Yeah.
It's
and
still
a lot
incentive.
of sales, that's a good point, are time sensitive. So your item comes up if you're running a sale, it'll say 4 hours left to the sale. It creates that urgency for people to want to buy from you. Yeah. But wow, you get foundation for $20.
I do. It's
At
a
this age, I need
two-pack.
the more expensive one. It's a 2-pack. Oh my, you have great skin. Oh my god.
Because of the foundation.
My phone keeps shutting off.
Do you want another one? Do you want me to just?
Yeah, and then we'll both, okay. I don't know where we are in this. I've lost my way.
Oh no, you read this one. Never mind. Fresh Luck Vintage. We read that one. Okay. Shelly with an E, 4,500. Started reselling 3 months ago in Port Charlotte. She is, I don't even know how far Port Charlotte is from us. Maybe 2 hours? I have no idea. I'm up to 80 listed items. Congratulations.
Great
80
job.
is a great number. When is a good time to open an eBay store and what's the advantage? You're probably almost there. There is a link if you just Google eBay store
subscription chart.
Chart is the right, yes. You can put in how many items you're listing and if you're doing auctions or buy it now, and it kind of figures it out for you. It depends on if you're putting them on buy it now or if you're doing auctions and you need that many more listings. Like 80 items per month should be 80 listings, but it might be 80 per week if you're running auctions. So it just truly depends.
Right.
I would say the basic store, I think, is $5.
They have starter.
Yeah.
Starter, basic.
I would do whatever the bottom store is. I would probably do that now to incentivize yourself. And having a store is a little bit fun. You get to create a little bit more of a customized header if you want, or have a newsletter you can send out.
Yeah.
I would probably do that now.
I jumped into having a store fairly quickly, and back then we had less choices.
Yeah.
Such a good thing.
You've been every store level, I think.
I have.
All the way up to Anchor.
Yeah.
There's great things about everyone.
There are a lot of perks that come with stores, and the stores from premium and above. I think premium starts at, it might be, what's the one below?
I think I have 25, and I still get coupons every quarter.
Yeah, they give you free shipping supplies.
Yeah.
So they'll give you a credit. Like
you just have to remember to use it.
Oh yeah, I put that big. I want that.
I forgot one quarter. I'm so bummed. I need no tape, but it's free tape.
Yeah. When I had an Anchor store, it was $300 a month in free. 300? Is that right? 150?
No, because it would have been
150.
Okay.
$150 in free shipping supplies. So that really cut my bill for buying, tissue paper and stuff. But
I'm gonna say do it now.
Yeah.
It might incentivize you, and even if you were to pay a little bit more for the store, I think you're going to grow into it really quickly.
Yeah.
Go for that bottom store.
But they do have a calculator to figure out what store is best for you online. You can Google it.
Okay. Debbie, period, dot, I don't know how to say that. Probably your last name, .5. She's not trying to be nosy about personal information, but she's your age, and starting to see steady income. Congratulations. She's not of the age of Medicare yet, so she was wondering how you deal with health insurance.
So health insurance for self-employed people is the same whether you're selling on eBay or you're out in the world and you have a lemonade stand.
A musician.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're buying your health insurance. But there are different health insurance providers that groups of people together. So it's not like you're just yourself buying and it's going to cost you $1 million.
The Affordable Care Act.
Yes.
You could call them.
Exactly.
I've called them before. And they fill out all the forms, so it's a little less stressful. You could fill out the forms if you want to, but I always feel like I'm going to miss something. Same with taxes. I would rather trust, and it's free to call them and see what the plans are and see if you have doctors in network. They help you figure that out.
Right.
And then you can say, oh my goodness, that's going to be $1,400 a month or whatever it is. It probably won't be, but if you're making a ton, it might be. And then you can go from there and figure it out. But you want the information at least. It helps to know what's available out there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree.
And my husband is self-employed, so we do the same thing.
Question about your Instagram. Do you consider hiring help? We did that one. I thought I heard you say you don't keep track of each item. Okay.
I think we're
that one.
both on the same, I think we're done.
Okay, so in this part of the video, this will be the end of the video. Last question. Maybe we'll do this again.
Oh, there's one more question.
Yes.
She sent it to me in my email.
Okay.
She was so sweet. She was also retiring
I'm glad you remembered
soon.
it.
Me too.
I didn't look at my
Kim
email.
with a Y. She was so sweet. Okay. Hope this email finds you well. Wanted to connect in hopes that you'll give me some advice on starting an online store. She's been a teacher for 30 years. Thank you.
Yes, amazing.
Amazing, 30 years. And she's hoping to retire soon. She would love to start something for some income when she retires. She watches you and me, and she's motivated 99% of it,
So
honestly.
Yeah, if you taught for 30 years, you got this.
Yeah, I think she just wants to know how to begin. Set up an eBay account. If you don't have an eBay account, set it up. Allow yourself an hour to set it up. It will not take that long, but block out that because you're going to have to set up your bank account and things like that and all of the information for the taxes.
Interject? A lot of people get afraid of giving their bank information for an online selling platform.
Yeah.
If it's eBay, Amazon, and you're on the correct site, you would have to give them your bank information. They're going to be putting money in your bank, and they're going to be charging you if there's ever a deficit in your eBay managed payments. So it's like any other business that you would be doing business with back and forth. You have to give them that information, and they're going to ask for your social security number.
Yes.
Now, big disclaimer, make sure you're on the correct site. Call eBay and have them walk you through it. Tell them you're nervous about being on the correct site. Would they walk you through it? They're going to be happy to do it. You're going to have to give your social security number because you're going to get a 1099 if you're selling. Now, if you're not selling, you don't have to give that information. You just have to link a credit card or PayPal or the way you're going to pay for things. But to become a seller, they're going to need your personal information. I did that from the very beginning. I've never had it stolen, but you want to really make sure you're on the correct site.
And there's really not a different site for selling and buying.
Correct.
It's just ebay.com, and to create a username, you've got to figure out a username, which is...
How did you figure out?
I have no idea. None. I think I wanted something that sounded vaguely English with the Bloomin.
Oh, okay.
And I was selling clothing at the time. I still sell clothing, but I sell everything. I've thought about going for other things, but I'm just...
That's great. That's great.
But I don't... Do you remember?
Yeah. Oh, I remember the moment I picked it. It took me all of like 10 minutes. And I had no idea I would be doing this 10 years later and have YouTube and Instagram. And I thought I wanted it to sound fresh. Yours sounded fresh. And I was selling clothing. So Lavenderclothesline. And then I liked the play on words that it was a clothing line, which it's not my clothing line. It's just, and that it, clothesline was going to be my little, which I don't even know if I ever did that in the beginning, my little graphic.
Here's the thing. You don't have to pick something that people are going to remember. You can change it every 30 days, I believe. Just don't pick anything grotesque, and I think you're good to go.
Keep it simple and clean. Now, people
Yeah.
will remember you, though, because if you do change it, I have to say, when people change their names on eBay or on Instagram, I can't find them. I don't know it's the same person.
Yeah.
So that's the one thing that I would say, pick a name and stick with it. Try not to have it be like something very long or with a lot of mixed numbers and letters, like you're doing some kind of airplane code or something.
It's hard to find a simple name on eBay though, because there's so many people.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
if you're buying in the beginning to build up feedback, and I would say start buying toilet paper on there. Start buying whatever you're buying on Amazon.
Yeah.
Try to find comparable to get that feedback number up.
Yeah.
And call eBay as you start selling to try to get that raised number. They give you, let's say you have 10 listings. eBay gives you a limit of what you can sell until they know you're going to
Carry
sell.
through. Yes,
yeah.
yes.
And you're trustworthy. Once you get a couple weeks in, a month in, call them, see if they'll raise it. Call them, see if they'll raise it. I got grandfathered in where I can sell as many as I want. I'm never going to do that. But you called and had them raised it. You stayed on them.
I always tell the story of when I decided to sell and I called them. They only gave me like 10 listings and 25. And he was the sweetest young man. And he had an English accent. And I said, oh, yeah, that's not going to work. I really need, And he said, well, what are you thinking? I think I asked for 200. He's
Wow.
like, well, I'm going to have to get clearance for that. And I said, I'll wait. I'm hanging on.
Yeah.
I said, I'm doing this for, and he could tell that I was serious. And he came back and he said, for some reason, they gave you, I think because maybe they
Did you
saw
give
your
mine?
I probably did. I probably said my daughter's going to help me.
You were at my
We're
kitchen
serious.
table. We were at my kitchen table in Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
I lived
yeah.
there at the time.
Yeah.
But you might have to call and raise it. But start.
Yeah, but you know what? Every month they will automatically raise it. Even if you can't get it raised,
Yeah.
they're going to give you more
They
and more
will.
listings as you successfully sell and ship out.
And you
So,
have to sell. So you might not be making big numbers at the beginning. You might have to make $5 or $10 an item.
Right.
Just to get that feedback and that
Yeah.
credibility.
Yeah.
But seriously, you can do this.
Yeah. And what's your feedback? You're at like a gajillion now.
I think 20 or 25,000. I don't think it's super
Only
high.
20 or 25.
I mean, I've been doing it for so long, on
Yeah.
and off. But
Yeah.
I think I sell about 1,000 a year.
That's amazing.
I think
Amazing
I-
after all of these years. But
Yeah.
all right. Did we answer I
Shipping?
hope got
We
to
did.
the
We got to
majority of
Kim.
the question, guys.
You want to do shipping?
Yeah, I guess so. So what I wanted to mention with shipping is the number one question I get is I'm going to be the buyer here. How do I know what to fill in and charge the customer? When you create a listing and you come down to the part where you're filling it in, you're weighing your items. So you need a scale. Scales can be gotten for $10 to $15
Get a
on
scale.
Amazon. Postage scale. Just
Yeah.
type that into Amazon. Buy a postage scale. It's nothing fancy. It's, maybe
It's
8
gray.
inches, but yeah. Or white. You can get a white one. I got a
Okay.
white one back on.
Oh, no. I put mine away every time. I don't know why I'm bummed.
So you get a scale, weigh your item. You add a few more ounces for poly mailers or any light packaging. You're going to have to add considerably more if you're putting something in a box with packing peanuts.
Make sure
and
you
all
have
of
a
that.
box when you list.
Yeah. Weigh your item. Fill that into where it says how many pounds. Always round up. If it's 1 ounce, round it up to 2. If it's 1 pound, 1 ounce, round it up to 2. So you're always rounding up to the next number if you're over the number. Is that making sense? Am I explaining that?
So for 16 ounces and under, you're rounding up to the next ounce. For anything a pound and over, you're rounding up to the next pound. But here's the thing, if this is a pound 7 ounces, you can literally type a pound 7 ounces and eBay will round it up for you. So just
Right.
put whatever the weight is
So in
and
other
let
words,
them
you're
round it
filling
up.
in the weight, and if your package is over a cubic foot, what's a cubic foot? 12 by 12 by 12. Any form of 12 by 12 by 12 and over is an oversized package. You have to put the dimensions in. It's going to be right there. It's going to have that little times sign. So you're going to put in 17 by 4 by 10, whatever
Yeah.
it is. So if you fill in the weight and the size of your finished package, eBay calculates it for the buyer. So if a buyer's in California, say you're located on the East Coast and your buyer's in California, they're going to pay more to get that 2 pound
Yeah.
cubic foot package to them than somebody in Ohio. So they're calculating it for you. You're not trying to figure out what you're charging
There's
your buyer.
calculated shipping.
That's called calculated, what I just
There's
explained.
flat shipping, which unless you know what you're doing, try not to do that.
Yeah.
And free shipping. But again, starting out, you can calculate shipping.
And free shipping is not free. It shouldn't even be called that. It should be
You
called
still have to pay.
seller pays shipping. Because if you're the seller and you're checking off that you're using free shipping, you're buying the label, your customer is not paying you back. So,
And I use USPS 99.9%. So it's the postal service.
Yeah.
The postal service for lightweight items is cheaper than any other service. So unless you're really heavy items and you need to go to FedEx or
big chandeliers.
UPS, you're always choosing USPS, United States Postal Service. That's the one you want. They have flat rate. So you could go to the post office and look at all of the things they have, or you can go to USPS.com and order free supplies. They will send you as many free supplies as you want.
Totally free. No shipping on the items. They just come to your house.
And they have smaller packages of like different size boxes you can get for free. You'll also want to pick up padded flat rate envelopes.
Yes.
They're a Tyvek awesome envelope. Anything that fits in there is
$8.20 for the customer. I think right now it's $7. Should know.
You get a discount though. Not everybody will get a discount on postage.
Yeah.
So it's under $9.
Yeah.
But a pair of jeans that might cost $11 to go to California is still, so if you can fit it in there, it's flat rate. Flat rate is great.
The flat rate padded mailers you can only get on USPS.com. The postal offices do not carry them.
Is that still true? Because mine had some.
Yeah,
I don't know
unless
why.
somebody returns them or something.
Okay.
But as a general rule, they don't carry them because they actually lose money on somebody coming in with an item that just wants to ship
So
out.
order the boxes ahead of time, order them now, get regional A boxes, get whatever, and then you can figure it out as you go, as your item is going to fit in something as you're listing.
Yes.
Go, this fits in this thing, let's ship it in this thing. Know where you're putting the thing.
Yeah, secure your packaging.
Yeah.
So that is the answers to all of your all of your questions.
I have another question for you. Last
you
question.
do? Okay.
If you had to go back and do something differently,
Wow.
what would you do?
Oh, wow. That's really hard. I don't know. I had so much good advice from Mellissa, and I networked fairly early on, picking everybody's brain. You know, I would sit down, I would go into a conference and just sit down with the serious sellers and just say, I'm going to ask you a ton of questions. I don't know. It's really been good. I mean, there's always challenges. I think I wouldn't sweat the small stuff.
Yeah.
Looking back, there's more angst from, you know, something that went wrong, that in the long run, it's really not going to do any big detriment to your business. Whether it's a negative feedback that you don't think you deserve, always weigh whether you think it's worth fighting things or trying to figure out. If I've done something wrong in my listing, whatever, I absolutely refund my buyer right away and say, you know, I am so sorry, here's your money back. And usually they keep the item. If the item is a very expensive item, I ask for proof of the damage, or I ask them to mail it back to me in a small. So for me, I think I would say to myself, don't sweat the small stuff so much, because if you're going to do this as a business, you're moving on.
Yeah.
You're not spending a lot of time
And
on
your
the
buyer
small
is
things.
too.
Yeah.
Your buyer's life is not going to be changed by a pair of pants that has a stain.
Yeah,
In
exactly.
the moment, you might be stressed and crying about it, but whether you have them send it back
And not
or give
everybody's
them,
a scammer. You
Yeah.
know, it could be that the pants had a stain. I could have missed something.
Sure.
So it's not like a lot of people be like, oh, eBay's filled with scammers. Are there scammers? Yeah, but there are a lot of people that
There's
receive a
scammers
pair of
everywhere.
pants with a stain that you didn't see. So So for me, I think I would just take things more in stride. And
that's a really good one.
I had such a good time.
Me too.
I have two more days of hanging out and
Going to the beach maybe tomorrow. Is it supposed to rain?
I don't know. I'm
been
swimming
gorgeous.
in the rain. As long as there's nothing. I've been swimming the whole time down here. The other day I got out and my fingers were so pruned. Great time.
A lot of sunscreen.
Yeah. Oh, a ton. But thank you so much.
Sure. I love you. Thanks
right,
so much
guys.
for watching.
Go out and get what's yours.
Bye.